the poem which we took for a trial in your live class. Okay, let us go with this poem. I'll start with the introduction about the poet first. Okay, so here the poet is Phoebe Cary. Phoebe, Phoebe, Cary, Cary. She and her sister Alice Cary, they both became interested in writing poetry and they started writing poems, especially ballads. So what is a ballad? Ballad means a poem which narrates these stories that has been coming from generation to generation, which is also called as folklore, or that comes under the folk culture. So she started writing poems like ballads. So ballads are stories narrated in the form of a poem consisting of short stanzas. Number of stanzas can be more, but every stanza will be very short and all the stanzas will have only 4 lines. Okay. And here the name given to this poem is A Legend of the Northland. I don't know if you were able to hear from the live classes audio. I had also told you about what a legend is. Legend means something that comes from the history. It can be associated to a historical story. Okay. So here this story is a historical one which has happened in the Northland. So Northland is a place towards the sides of North Pole. North Pole is a cold region. We all know that. So Northland is one city or country or whatever, because the name is not specified. We can take it as a place in the northern, towards the North Pole. Okay, so this place is considered to be very cold. So A Legend of the Northland is a poem which is going to tell about a story which has taken place in this very cold region. Okay, and there is a very strong message conveyed through this poem. That is, the central idea of the poem is one must not be selfish, and when possible to help someone in need, we must always come forward and try to help them. Okay, so here this poem is not new for you children, because when you were in your 8th standard, we have done this as an activity. Can you recollect what was the activity? Yes, you sat with your closed eyes, I read the poem to you, you wrote the summary of the poem and you had also done some drawing. So I think many of you will be able to recollect what was there in the story. There will be an old woman, there will be a woman in a village where she will be baking some cakes, and a person, a saint, will come to her house and ask her to give him some food. And this woman selfishly denies him, she doesn't give him any food. So what happens finally? Let us keep it for the end of this poem. Now we will begin this poem. Okay? Away, away in the Northland, where the hours of the day are few, and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. So when you say away, away, twice the poet has written away. Means it's not just far away, it's very far, out of reach for us. North Pole is somewhere in the other end of the world. So away, away in the Northland, far away in a place in the Northland, something has happened. Okay, where the hours of the day are few. Daytime means the light what we have during the day hours in the day's time. So here the poet has told that where the hours of the day are few, that light what we see during the daytime is very less, and the nights are so long in winter. So because we are talking about a place in the Northland which is covered with snow and winter, the day duration is very less, and the night time, that is the dark time which prevails during the night, is very long. Let us assume in a very cold place, or during the winter season in very cold places, when the temperature drops to -2 degrees or -4 degrees, what happens? You may start seeing the sunshine by around 10 o'clock. And even before it is 4:30, it will be dark like how we see it around 7:30. So what is the duration of daytime, daylight that you see? It's very less. Count. 10 to 4 means around 6 hours. So let us take, for example, that the daytime is only for 6 hours. So out of the 24 hours, if you take out 6 hours, we have 18 hours. Correct? Check my calculation. If we have 18 hours of night time, what will happen? If you are given 18 hours of night time and only 6 hours of daytime, what would you do? Can you sleep for those 18 hours? So here the poet says, and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. Exactly. If 18 hours of night time is there, you cannot sleep for all that time. So away in a far place in the northland where the hours of day are short and the night is long, you cannot sleep that entire night time. Where they harness the swift reindeer. You all know what a reindeer is. Where they harness the swift reindeer to the sledges when it snows, and the children look like bear cubs in their funny furry clothes. So what do they do in that place? Where they harness is, in that place in the northland, they harness the reindeers. So reindeer is the animal which you find in polar regions. So they harness means tying the animal to a cart, to a vehicle using some ropes. Okay, so harness can be a rope or a leather belt which is used for attaching the animal to its cart. Where they harness the swift reindeer. So reindeer is not just any ordinary animal. Swift means, swift is always associated with speed. So they attach the fast running reindeer to the sledges. Do you all know what is a sledge? Sledge is again a cart, a vehicle which is used in snowy regions. Okay, so reindeer is attached to this sledge when it snows. Cold regions also will be cold throughout the year, but not necessary that throughout the year it will be snowing. So when it is snowing and the area is covered under snow, they will tie this reindeer to the car and use it to travel on the snow. People have to travel, they have to shift things from one place to the other. For everything only these sledges will be used. This poem was written in 19th century. So during the 19th century, when even the motor cars, motor vehicles were not invented, sledges, horse carts and these kind of carts were only used for traveling. Okay, so they harnessed the reindeers, swift reindeers to the sledges when it snowed and it had covered the area. And the children looked like bear cubs. This you can tell me what it is. Right. So children look like bear cubs. You all have seen that polar bears will be full white and furry, highly covered with fur. So children are also given winter clothes in such a way that they look like covered with fur. So what happens? Instead of looking like human children, they also start looking like bear's child. Okay. So that's the reason he has told bear cubs in their funny furry clothes. See, small children, you would have seen that they will hesitate to wear a lot of clothes. But in colder regions, what happens? They are laden with lot of clothes. They have to wear winter dressing on top of that, a big jacket or something, and then fur on top of it so that ice and snow doesn't affect them. So the poet has used humor here and says, the children not only look like bear cubs, but they are also looking funny because of the furry clothes that they are wearing. We have completed the first two stanzas. You will identify the rhyming scheme for these two stanzas and other poetic devices. Finally, towards the end of the poem, we will find out. Okay? Give me a minute. I will take you through the next two stanzas also. Now you can see the next two stanzas written on the board. Let us see what happens. They tell them a curious story. I don't believe it is true. And yet, you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. They tell them a curious story. Who is they? Who are they? People. Tell them. So, here in the previous stanza we have seen that we have seen children who look like baby bears. So, they means people. It can be family members, parents or grandparents, uncles, aunties who will tell stories, curious story to them. They tell them a What do you mean by curious story? Something which will create a lot of interest. Okay, curious means very interesting. Now, them is the children. People tell stories to children which will be very curious. I don't believe it is true. What do you mean when you write this word? Apostrophe T-I-S means it is. So I is missing. In ancient English, in olden days, this type of words were used to make it in short, specifically when writing poems. I don't believe it is true. So here I is the poet. The poet says, they will tell stories to small children or whoever, but I don't believe that the stories are true. And yet, you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. So tale means the story. The poet doesn't believe in the stories which are told by them, but she says, if I tell the tale to you, tale means story. If I tell the stories to you, you may learn a lesson or two from those stories. Like I told you in the beginning that this poem conveys a very strong message, a moral to us that selfishness should not be followed. So similarly the poet says, when I tell the story to you, you may have some good learning out of it. So she is going to tell us a story now. Once, when the good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it, preaching, just as he did, you know. Okay, here the second stanza finishes. We'll see what she says here. Once upon a time, when good Saint Peter. So Saint Peter is like a spiritual person who is the follower of Jesus Christ. Saint Peter means the person who must be a follower of Jesus Christ. And then the story has taken place in the Northland. So assuming that the religion that prevailed over that area can be Christianity. So once when good Saint Peter lived in the world. So he is a godly person who believes in spirituality, who lived on the earth during that time and walked about it. Walked about it means the person who is spiritual, the person named Saint Peter who lived on the earth and was walking around it. Okay, walked about it means he was going here and there on the earth. What was he doing? He was preaching. Preaching means giving spiritual talks. Okay, just as he did when he was doing that, you know. So there's a question mark now. The poet has told when the religious, good Saint Peter lived on this earth and he used to move around the world preaching, talking about all good things, spiritual things, giving good messages to humans. You know what happened when he was doing this, that is moving around the world doing his preaching work. What happened is going to be continued in the next session.